Extraterrestrial. Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Get It Off Your Chest, number 94. My name is Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, you want more content like this, subscribe and share. Follow me on all socials. Please located in the description. And we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 in the cash app, your boy. Time, what's good? How you feeling? Thank you for pulling up. I really do appreciate that. Now, I saw lightning strike twice yesterday. I just didn't have time to speak on it. And yes, this happened within 90 minutes of each other, ladies and gentlemen. And the only reason why I know that is because yesterday, this happened while I was at work yesterday. I had a call, and I had like 5 calls within 1 hour, which is fairly busy. And I had to do instant report for all 5. And after the 5th one, that's when I realized lightning struck twice. Let me say where it struck the first time. Now, salute to IRL girls. I was in Raquel's room yesterday. She was telling us about a conversation her and her husband had. Now, let me say something about Raquel's husband. He's not with the talking. He's very stoic. If I could describe him in one word, he's very stoic. And I'm going based off of what Raquel has described to us about her husband. Very stoic. Don't got time for the social media at all. So he's pretty much, I'm not going to say disconnected from life. He don't got time for social media at all, especially audio app. That's the type of person he is. So anything he says is based off of his upbringing and his surroundings. Keep that in mind. Now, him and his wife had a conversation yesterday, and it led to the question. And I'll just for lack of a better word, he's a very traditional man, very traditional. There's a conversation, and he was talking about how he was pretty much talking about modern women and how they only care about themselves and nothing and nobody else. They put themselves over family before the family. That's lightning striking. Albeit that information was delivered through social media, that's the when the first lightning bolt struck. Here's why I say that. Talking points that you hear online has made it to real life because when because we're our own sector on YouTube or whatever the case may be, and Clubhouse for that matter. So it's one thing when our talking points stay in house, cool. Now I think it's disgusting when mainstream America or mainstream media gets a hold of one of our talking points and we see how they run that shit to the ground like straight poo cheese. Marcus, what's good, fam? Welcome back. Glad to see you, man. So from our side of YouTube Clubhouse to mainstream America, that's nasty. But now the talking points has transitioned into our everyday lives. So that means the bullshit that is heard online is now believed. And once you believe the bullshit, you move as the bullshit. And now those who have some sense now start to see what we've been talking about. So a talking point being a online talking point, making it to real life, that's lightning strike. And every now and then you have that here and there. Now the saying is, lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, what happened 90 minutes later? While we was finishing a call, two of my guys were talking, and one second, y'all. Why can I not be left alone? Sorry about that, y'all. So I while I was finishing up a call, two of my coworkers talking, and I thought I heard him say high value. I was like, oh. And one of my officers said, yeah. What's that? Wody, what's good? How you feeling, fam? And one of those guys like, yeah, what's that guy that died? And I was like, damn it, they're talking about Kevin. I was like, oh no. A talking something online made it to real life. I was like, I know you kidding me right now. Y'all, I'm not gonna distraught is a little bit doing too much, but I was like, hell no, this is this is bad, ladies and gentlemen, because oh yeah, let me see if I can find something. Um, so I'm looking for something in my phone because there's a reason why they brought up Kevin, because they were talking about the women and that type of stuff, like women feel entitled, women want you to pay for everything on the first date, and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh no, internet has now turned into real life. And they was talking about Kevin Samuels when it comes to high value men, and you know what that came with? The Kevin Six. And with the Kevin Six, as you guys may remember, Kevin got rest his soul. What is it that you have to do to be considered a high value man? What did Kevin always say as far as a barrier of entry? 6 figures, 3 to 5 years of consistency, be accepted amongst others who are high value, build yourself a network, be visible out there and be useful. That's the Kevin Six. So when they started talking about the they started talking about the women. Women want you to do this. Women want you to do that. And I'm looking like, and my take on that was real simple. It's like, why are you worried about the women that want you to do something that they cannot do for themselves? It's a real simple solution. Do not mess with chicks that doesn't fit you. Because there's talk about all the women want this and all the women want that other high value. Now, me and a friend of mine was having a conversation about this. Was that this year? Might have been this year or late last year. But it's real simple when it comes to these talking points. Hassan, what's up, fam? Glad to see you here again, man. When it comes to women, because this is where their gripes, because this is internet making its way into reality, and people believe in the hype on the internet and saying it's reality, and now certain areas of your life is starting to get a little bit muddy, if you get what I'm saying. Now, I told them, if there's a group of women who is looking for a high value man, then I say let them look for a high value man. Then they started saying, well, here's the thing. They said they want a man that's 6 feet tall. You already eliminate this percentage of the dating market. And you talk about 6 figures. That's gone. Then you're talking about all this other stuff. Now you're talking about 1%. They're literally battling for the top 1%. And my response to that, ladies and gentlemen, is real simple. Let them get that 1%. Let them go fight and kill each other for that 1%. That is A-okay with me. You know why I want women that believe that they deserve a high value man? Why they should go out there and get the high value man? It's real simple. That's what they want, and they will settle for nothing less. And why would you want someone to settle for you? That don't feel good, does it? Sure as hell don't sound great. Why not focus on the woman that wants you? You know why I'm good out here? Because I cracked the code a long time ago. I started articulating it a lot better in the last year or so. Focus on those who want you. If I'm doing my thing and I'm in the same vicinity as another woman and she genuinely wants me, cool. Now, if I don't want her, I don't want her. However, it's always good to focus. It's always good to focus on those that got eyes on you. And because you already know what type of woman you want to deal with. So the question is, why would you deal with somebody less anyway? If you focus on the woman that wants you, you know what type of woman you want. You're always going to get what you want at the end of the day. It's real simple. And another rebuttal they brought up, and this was funny. Hey, Doug, how you feeling, man? Because they were talking about, well, the good girls that we want always hang around these bad girls, these whatever these whatever you want to label these females. They always hang around them. And they said, what should we do about that? Nothing. Let them hang around. Let them hang around with the those type of women. Now, some people want to call them hoes. Then that will invoke another saying. If the good girls are going to hang around the hoes, then that must mean they might be hoes too. Birds of the same feather, if you get what I'm saying. And ironically, a lady overheard our conversation when we was walking back to her car. She said, then that means she's a hoe too. I said, there you go, baby. Now you get it. Thank you, ma'am. So it's well known see, I love real lives. It's well known if the girl that you want is hanging around with the bad chick, or let's just say if you so happen to classify her as a hoe or whatever, if she hangs around them, then they must share some type of commonality regarding what you believe in. And if that's the case, hey, hate to break it to you, but that might not have been the chick that you thought it was. So I say, don't even worry about it. And that's what I told those brothers. So that was lightning striking twice, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier, traditional man, lack of a better word, because he's very. I'll say he has stoicism. A traditional man has an opinion on the type of women that he see nowadays that you hear on the internet. First lightning strike. Second lightning strike, the high value conversation pertaining to women. And I was like, why is things that we hear on the internet has made it to real life? And by in that regard, meaning those who have no knowledge, no access, or don't know that this side of YouTube or Clubhouse exists, they now know that the women that we hear on the internet, they're not seeing it in real life, which means whatever bullshit that you hear online, somebody's starting to believe it, and it's now going into the real world. And now those who don't care or have access to the internet start to see these internet chicks in real life, as far as how they carry themselves. Cowboy, I don't know. I don't know if you're aware, but Raquel from IRL, her and her husband got back together, and you remember him, very traditional, very stoic. He started to see the chicks that are being talked about online. He started to see that in his real life. And we all know he don't have no internet access, none of that shit. That's one. And the second one, people at my job is having issue with these chicks in the dating market. One of them to pay for every single thing, and they want a high value man. They want this, that, and the third. They're starting to see this shit in real life when it was just supposed to be kept on the internet. I came across that yesterday. So the question is, what does that entail for the future? I just say you need to stop it where it starts. Honestly. And how do you do that? It's to the point where, like I said, I'm not really a big fan of mainstream America tackling internet talking points, because it's done. How can I say this? There's no soul in those conversations when they talk. There's no passion when they have these conversations. It's like, why do y'all talk about stuff y'all don't even care about? That gets on my nerves. Here enters Ryan Clark. Yes, that Ryan Clark, Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers, analyst for ESPN, and one of the hosts of the Pivot podcast. I saw this yesterday, and I was about to say, God damn it, lightning just struck for the third time. Well, not technically. With the conversations that we have online about approaching women, ladies and gentlemen, and we all know that's a talking point or conversation online. Here's what Ryan Clark said.
I wish that whatever percentage of men have never hollered at a girl could understand the exhilaration of it working. Like just the whole process of it when we were younger. When you didn't have cell phones. I'm talking about back in the time where you had to be like, hey, Miss Williams, may I speak to Charlene, please? And she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine, ma'am. How are you? Hold on. Charlene! You know what I'm saying? Like that time was different. me sitting around with y'all being like, yeah, y'all, I'm gonna holler at the one in the green. Like, Chan, which one you like Fred, which, you know what I'm saying? So first we had to divvy out which ones we like, because maybe we like the same one. Or if the entire group of them was good looking, now you just gotta send the one who could break the ice. So it might be you, but like, Chan, you just go say what's up, then we all gonna come over there. But we ain't gonna really choose none. Whichever one choose us, that's how we rocking, right? Like,
that's a life skill.
And so then, when you walk over and you come back and you like, I got them digits. Like, she either wrote it on your hand or she wrote it on a piece of paper. That was it. Like, and you know how many times I sat in the mirror and said, hey, I'm RC. Hey, nice to meet you, before I went to the dance? I practiced that jump because I wanted to know how she was gonna see my face when I told her this, right? And of course, women want that, right? Because for them, it feel good to be wanted in person. Yep. The dudes who are under 25 who don't want to do it, they're stupid, because it'll actually put you ahead of the game, because everybody got a dating app now.
He's absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. And that is probably the best explanation or conversation of a internet talking point that I heard in the mainstream. When it comes to, and I was like, thank you, God, somebody got this right. And there's some passion, and when RC talks, when he's talking about approaching the women, yeah, back in the day, it was different, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to get to the rejection part of this in a minute. Yeah, it was different. Now everybody has these dating apps. I'm good on that. Especially this year, that's not something I really promote. Not because there's nothing that I seen worth happening. Not to say you won't find a significant other on a dating app. I'm just saying that's me personally. I'm not promoting it because I haven't seen nothing that's worth promoting. There's something about walking up to a woman and having a conversation with them. And I don't know if you guys heard the part where RC said, we just walking up there, and granted, it's a plan-ish. You were just walking up there just to have conversations with them. And it's the onus is up to them if they want to give out their numbers or not. And like Chowder said, Chenny Chowder, that's a life skill. That's 100% a life skill. If I'm just coming up to having a conversation with you, just have a genuine conversation, I really don't want anything for or anything like that. Just having a genuine conversation and just getting to know you. It's up to them whether if they feeling you or not, if they're going to give you the number or not. So that way, you know it's organic. That's just one example of organic seed. Shout out to Brittany B. One example of organic seed when it came to getting a number back in the day. Because I've seen that a lot. And a handful of times I have done that a lot. One thing I say right now, even in 2025, that I am one of the best wingmans out there, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a group of girls, because I've done this at the first two meetups. I know I did this in the DC meetup. If there's a group of women over there and the fellas are just talking, and I'm looking like, what y'all about to do? They was like, they peeping them girls over there. I was like, all right, so y'all want to go talk to them, or do you want me to bring them over here? No, don't worry about it. I got you. I'll go over there and introduce myself and get to know these ladies, and I will set the guys up to have a conversation with them. And what they do after that, they're on their own. We're in a respectful environment. We're respectful people. So, cool. Everything's safe. There's something. It beats going on the app and swiping left, swiping right, and messages and all this extra stuff. Because one thing I can say, people appreciate the fact that although they're minding their own business for the most part, for you to have the courage to come and speak to them while they have their walls up says a lot. And when you guys are having good conversation, it definitely means a lot in the process. And now gears are starting moving, your mind starts to wonder, and possibility starts to open up. Because if none of this is happening, no phone numbers being, or social media for that matter, is being exchanged. But why people are afraid to do that? Rejection. Here's Ryan Clark.
Now, here's the other piece of it of why dudes don't like to do it and women want it. Men don't handle rejection well. We had to handle it because that was the only life we knew, right? Like I had an ugly homeboy, he'd shoot at 10s all the time because he said the worst they could say is no, which is true. He taught me. Like
Facts.
women understand that like it's gonna be obstacles to finding love and adversity to find love, and they really want love. Men are so damn stupid, we're just like, if I gotta get rejected to get to it, I don't want it. And so instead of them being like, hey, she could tell me no, they're scared to even approach it, because if you tell me no on this app or you tell me no on this phone or in Instagram, it's not really like you told me no. You just telling a profile picture of me no. I can deal with that. And I think like that's why the world is effed up, man, because man, if they could know what it felt like for that girl to, and then too, the numbers even be fading and you look at that thing and you'll dial that number 15 times and just change that one number that faded just so Charlene mama answered the phone. Man, I wish I was 15 again, boy.
Yeah, and for the new audience members, I know current audience members, they heard that last part, they're not going to think too much of it. For the new ones that say, what? Pause. No, he's talking about back in the day. I wish this was back in the day because I don't know how old RC is now. Like back in the day when communications and conversations and being human was much more accepting and easier, where everything's so digital now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you one thing. Do I like being rejected? Well, the answer is no. I don't know too many people who. I don't know too many people who like being rejected. However, oh shit. Sorry about that. 7:00. Yeah, I don't know too many people who like being rejected. Rejected. However, I can take my rejections like a man. Even the handful of times that I have approached women, more times than not, now that I think about it, I never really got rejected because I always knew what to ask for towards the end, anyways. So, but I understand, I do sympathize with the men who don't like rejection because it's just not a good feeling at all. Now, RC said men don't take rejection well. That is, I hear him. There is some truth to that. I think women will rival that a little bit more. But keeping it on men, yeah, because they believe there's something worse than no. Because like RC said, the worst thing they can tell you is no. That's a fact. That is a 100% a fact. That's the worst thing they can tell you. You're going to be fine. Now, the problem is there is a they have seen some women who take it too far with the no's, and they don't want to be the butt of anybody's jokes, especially in the massive area. So although I understand that you as a adult needs to conduct yourself like one, because if they're on that goofy that time, hey, just walk away from the situation. Now I don't know about going bar for bar capping on them. If you're good on that, go right ahead. But then again, why would you holler at them? But that's neither here nor there. I was just say walk away from the situation. And like I said, it's not a good feeling at all. However, stuff like that is the reason why people do the online dating or find some other way around rejection so they don't have to feel it. And I'll have to say, you need to stop running away from the ass whooping. You're gonna have to stop running away from the ass whooping. Stop running away from those. Run towards them. Run towards your nose. His homeboy just holler at nothing but tens all day. I think there is some strategy into that. To holler at tens all day, but like, no, 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 and no, and no, and no, and no. He hear no's all day. Matter of fact, I remember a few years ago, this guy that's in Brooklyn, he would say he will walk up to chicks he will walk up to chicks, just holler at them. They'd be like, no. He's like, all right, you have a nice day. Go straight to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. I think he'll collect like 20 or 30 no's a day before he gets a one yes. That's good practice. And that's great endurance, ladies and gentlemen. So you gotta take your nose like a man and run towards them. If she says no, great. You don't. You no longer have to waste your time chasing somebody that doesn't want you. I think that's a win. Actually, I know that's a win because if this relationship is going to be a waste of time, tell me now. Don't tell me later. So yeah, run towards those no's. It's going to be all right. You get rejected, and also, what's this? Oh, okay, that's just message. And I'm telling that to myself. Granted, I don't, like I said, I don't really get rejected because for the most part, I know what I'm asking for at the end. But if I get one, cool. And matter of fact, now that I think about it, probably have gotten a no before. And guess what? The world kept on spinning. Life kept on moving. It's gonna be all right. So I wanted to deliver that message. Don't be afraid to holler at somebody. Don't be afraid if they tell you no. But I wanted to speak on that from yesterday. That shocked me that our conversations have now infiltrated real life. Not only by people talking about it, but people living by it. So the question now is, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to do about this? We have an audience. You have an audience. Whether you're a content creator or not, you have an audience. And people are listening to you. And if they're listening to you, they're going to apply what you say. They're going to internalize it. And it's going to be their real life now. Might be great advice. Might be some terrible advice. But the question is, what are you going to do? Hey, Raw. Well, people need to be leaders and not followers. That is true. That is true. But actually, we're all, although, yeah, followers, leaders, we're all leaders. And dare I say, some of us are followers as well. And the only reason I say that is because even those who are not creators, they have a voice. And the followers, as you will say, are listening to these people who call themselves leaders, or they believe, or the followers proclaim them to be leaders. They're listening and they're saying, you know what that person said makes sense, or what that girl's talking about makes I like that. So I'm gonna do that in my lifestyle. Now you have those who have no access or doesn't know that this side of YouTube or Clubhouse exists. They now see the quote unquote degenerate woman in their workspace or in their personal life. And now you got and the men will also talk about when they go on these dates, these women are asking for me to pay all of the days, not giving up no box. They want to be a high value man and that type of stuff. All of those, yes, all of those exist. But here's the thing: we're leaders, but we're also gonna have followers, and the followers don't care about nothing about being leaders. If anything, they just want to hear what sounds good, see if they can internalize it and apply it, and try to get ahead in life, not knowing some of these talking points. I have buried them myself. They have been obliterated by others, and it's still making it to real life. That's a problem. So if I had to ask what we're gonna do, I just gotta say I'm gonna have to tell everybody: do not be reckless with your words. Do not be reckless with your words. Mean what you say what you mean. So that way, when you come across any adversary who wants to pour out some bullshit, like I said, epistemology, that's kind of my comfort zone. When it comes to certain questions I'm going to ask, I'm going to, like we discussed earlier today, I'm going to ask you certain questions to see if what you say you believe in or does it fall apart. And I'm going to need everybody to start doing the exact same thing. Because the fact that 2 internet talking points found its way in my real life twice within 90 minutes of each other, I found that to be incredibly alarming. And I thank God Ryan Clark didn't have some passion when he was talking. And it's like, good. Thank you, Jesus. So, I don't know about y'all, but when you guys are dealing with people on YouTube, remember what they say can transpire to real life. And do you want a bunch of degenerate people on YouTube? Excuse me. Do you want people listening and believing a bunch of degenerates on YouTube and Clubhouse and applying that shit to real life? The answer is no. Like I said, the whole women prioritize themselves over family, that was a red flag. The fact that people are getting approached by women regarding high value conversation, another red flag. Y'all better fix it, because I can only do so much, especially while I'm here, because I'm about to retire soon, but that's neither here nor there. On your way out, if you like this video, hit the like, dislike, hit the dislike, subscribe and share. Follow me on all social links are located in the description. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 in the Cash App giveaway. We may be back tonight, because I'm looking at what time it is right now. I might get home. Let me see. I leave her at this time. Do this. Okay. 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Yeah, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll probably be back for a full-length episode, a full-length stream. That'll be later on tonight. I know 3 streams in one day. I haven't done that in a while. I know. But we'll talk about, I have something interesting to discuss when we come back later on tonight before I go to the gym. Other than that, people, BTSI Show, Christopher J. I'm talk to you guys tonight. Peace out.
It's a mess, but hey, don't even worry about it.